They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of display.
Hey everybody, what's up? What's good? This is Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Now this video is about what a lot of men on the manosphere talk about. But just before I start, remember to like, comment, share. Now, one of the big things going on is a lot of men in the manosphere want to talk about a woman that grew up without her father around. And now this video is called Father Figure Husband. Father Figure Husband. Now the reason I call it Father Figure Husband is that a lot of guys in the manosphere like to talk about how, she grew up without a father. She's gonna look for a man to fill that void. A man that's like a father figure and so on, And now what I'm gonna talk about, and feel free to comment and share your thoughts on it. But what I've begun to think is that when a woman gets with a father figure husband, as in she's looking for a man to fill that fatherly void she didn't have, then it becomes a very weird yet very potentially psychologically negatively empowering to her, in a sense, and why a lot of these relationships are doomed to begin with. You see, and I'm not sure this video is gonna be long or not, as I usually just go with the flow. So, but I think what happens and why these relationships are doomed is that she's dating that man to fill a void that her father was supposed to have in her life. You see, the biggest negativity on a woman's aspect when she grows up without a father around is that she doesn't get to interact with a male that has nothing to do with her sexuality. Someone that's just gonna be there to support her, take care of her, and actually teach her a side of men that she needs to understand that has nothing to do with sexuality. How to comfort, how to respect, and a lot of things that a father would fill a void of. Now, a woman growing up without a father, having not grown up with that standard in her life, usually seeks to utilize her sexuality to attract a man into her life, and she tries to keep that man with her sexuality. And eventually what happens is when that man, for example, gets on a long-term relationship with her or marries her, what's gonna happen is, this is where it gets tricky. What's gonna happen is she's gonna eventually leave that man or create a scenario where she has to leave that man because it's gonna fill a void and give her a level of power. It's like this: if she never had her father in her life, the biggest payback would be if she left her father. You know what I'm saying? The biggest payback would be if she left her father versus, asking questions on her mom's end. What happened? What did you do? So what happens is when she dates her father figure husband or a father figure boyfriend is that, and this is where it gets weird and nasty, is that, think about it, she's dating you to fill a void that her father didn't have. That's somewhat of I forget that word, when someone breeds with, someone has sex with their own family member. I forget the word about it, but that's kind of like this, so she's dating you, and you're like the father figure in her life. She's gonna look for a certain level of attention and authority that you honestly can't provide because you're not her father. You know, a father can be in their child's life without, a sexual connection. You know what I'm saying? So you will never fill that void, because you even trying to fill that void, it will corrupt you. And it's a nasty thing that you're trying to be a father figure to a woman you're having sexual intercourse with, you know? So what happens is she's gonna eventually leave this man, because the most powerful thing she could do, and if she could have revenge on her father, would be to leave or destroy his life. That's why you see a lot of women that grew up without a father, if they destroy that family, as in they cheat on that man, or they leave that man or destroy that family structure they were trying to build, is that it fills a void in her of a power play and vengeance that she wants on her father. That's why a lot of these guys want to say, well, she didn't have a father around, she's easy. Yeah, she'll be easy, but that's the thing. Isn't the easiest thing to get into is a trap? You know what I'm saying? So it'll be easy for you to get with her or sleep with her, but that level of vengeance that she's grown up with, if she never knew her father, or even knew or understood how her mother chose her father, you know what I'm saying? As in, she doesn't hold her mother accountable for her actions, then she's been plotting revenge forever. She's been plotting a level of vengeance that whatever man comes into her life, and she's mentally unstable by not having a father around when she was growing up, the amount of vengeance she's going to react, be it divorce court, be it child support and imprisoning the father, and if you have a child with her and all that, it's that she's projecting all the vengeance she wanted on her father onto you, because at some point she's gonna be with you and she gets disgusted because you're filling that fatherly void. It's like she's getting two signals. One signal says, oh, he's like the father I never had. And one signal is, this is, a man I could be with, I want to sleep with, and, move forward and progress with. And those two collide, creating a state of confusion and aggression that will eventually lead to her seeking to destroy you anyway, because if she even sees you as her father figure, it's only a matter of time before she wants to enact that revenge she's been wanting to enact on her father for years, be it through punishing you, nagging, and making your life more stressful. If she sees you as her father figure, then she's only seeing the negativity and aggression she's placing on you, on the father she never had. So you're filling that void for the aggression she has and been wanting to subject her father to. That's why these father figure husbands or father figure boyfriends will have a higher rate of ending at an extreme level of negativity, because it's because she's looking for revenge, and you happen to be the man that fits that father figure image or whatever she's been looking for in her life. So that's why these father figure husbands, father figure boyfriends won't work in the long term, because psychologically she has some issues that she's trying to deal with by actually punishing the next man in her life, versus actually rewarding that man with support and honesty and all that her father never got, she never got to give to her father. You know what I'm saying? And you got to look at it like this. She's looking at you as a father figure. You the man that's sleeping with her and so on. That's just, it's just nasty. So eventually she's going to turn on you. And when she does, she's going to enact a level of vengeance upon you that she wished she would bring upon her father. Now, if it's a woman that grew up with understanding the role her mother played in selecting her father or having her father's child when her father wasn't qualified, then there might be less of a chance of her enacting a level of vengeance. But again, if she repeats what her mother did, she will only increase the level of vengeance because she can't blame herself for doing it. You know, it's easier for her to live with removing responsibility by just taking that action. You see, my mom, her mom got with the wrong man, she got with the wrong man. It's just in how they do things, and it's out of her control. She's gonna put all these mental games to make it acceptable, you know. And when she enacts her vengeance upon you, her father figure boyfriend or father figure husband, you know, it's gonna be a level of toxicity and poison that, you know, you're just not prepared for, and you might end up in prison. You might even end up dead. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how it goes, because the vengeance she's looking for is a vengeance that she could never enact upon her father. And that's where you will come in. That's where her vengeance will be placed upon you, like the father she never had. So, you know, you father figure husbands and father figure boyfriends are in a danger zone because of how corrupt her, you know, her state of mind is. It's easy for her to allow a man in her life. She's gonna eventually try to keep that man with sexuality and so on, but it's easy. It's always easy to fall into a trap. And, you know, without knowing or with knowing, because she's a slave to her emotion and her need to release all that emotional tension and trauma upon her father, she will become a trap. And that trap is like what they call that bear trap. Once she grabs you, she's gonna basically try to gnaw off your damn leg. And then the thing is this, once you're done, the next man who's a father figure in her life that she's sexually involved with will feel the wrath as well. She will be in a constant state of emotional despair and destruction. And every man that comes into her life will be the next victim. You know what I'm saying? And she's gonna become a trap based on her emotional state of being. So you father figure husbands and so on, you gotta understand. You know, you're on a ticking clock. You're about to get the treatment that she wanted to give her father. You know what I'm saying? That aggression and anger, especially if she doesn't blame or puts any fault upon what her mother did in having that relationship. And think about how much, think about how much awareness that she would have to come to her mother and say, you had me with a man that didn't qualify. You know what I'm saying? She's basically would have to say, you gave life to me was wrong. You know, the way you brought me into this world was wrong. And the odds of somebody having that level of maturity, it's extremely, extremely rare. And you don't want to gamble on that level. You don't want to gamble on that level of rarity. You know what I'm saying? So, well, this has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. Remember, like, comment, and share. And, let's talk about this. All right. Peace.
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of